According to Elliot Friedman, he said, I'm not convinced Toronto's going to alter its backup situation. They just don't seem enamored with what's out there. Tristan Jarry's gone from being a potential trade target to a Pittsburgh record holder with a shutout streak of 177 minutes ended by the Canadiens. Until a long-term decision is made with Matt Murray, will the Penguins move Jarry or Casey DeSmith? There's a lot of love for Alexander Georgiev, who I love, and deservedly so. He looks terrific, who is 3 games from becoming waiver eligible. The Rangers have Igor Shesterkin,
I think.
Yeah, lighting up AHL Hartford in his first North American season, but the 37-year-old future Hall of Famer Henrik Lundqvist is signed for only 1 more year. So is it a Georgiev, Shesterkin in the future? Who knows? But if you can trade them a winger of value or some value that they can add to deepen their team and get better faster, I think that you can make a case for the Rangers to make a deal with the Leafs.
Rangers is interesting. What I was going to throw out there with the Penguins, so they're actively trying to move someone who makes a lot of money, Alex Galchenyuk.
Mm-hmm.
He makes 4.9, which is way more than I thought.
That's a lot of money.
Now, what I was trying to figure out, and I guess it's off the table now, could you do Galchenyuk, possibly some retention, I don't know, and Tristan Jarry for a Kerfoot, perhaps? The Leafs looked great last night in Vancouver. They played fast. They're still scoring goals. Who's out of the lineup right now?
Janssen. I think Jansson's looked like the odd man out all season. But I think part of that is the way Mike Babcock was playing him.
Yeah,
right.
It's tough. He's got value. Is Kyle Dubas and Sheldon Keefe going to be terribly eager to trade the guy who was their playoff MVP when they won the Calder Cup?
No.
Probably not. Kerfoot remains an option there. So I looked at Pittsburgh's situation with Galch and Jarry and went, maybe there could be something there. Mm-hmm. With the Rangers, I get concerned because that's a team that's actively rebuilding, and the Leafs are now at the point in whatever you want to call what they are, they're at the point where they desperately need young guys who are cheap. And that's exactly who the Rangers are going to want. So unless you're willing to trade picks, which you've already kind of done, I'm not sure how you get Georgiev. The other thing you don't want to do is...
Well, young guys with skill, I think.
Young guys with skill, but the other thing you don't want to do is if you trade for an established goalie, you don't want to trade a goalie prospect. And for me, that's Joseph Woll. If I'm the Rangers, I would like him in any deal that has to do with Georgiev. And if I'm the Leafs, I say no.
When can we get to the point where we could try Joseph Woll out on the NHL level?
We're not there. He's a 903 in the AHL right now.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny. Most people watching him seem encouraged by everything except the amount of pucks that he's stopped. Like seems like a nice guy. He's athletic. Goals. Yeah, it's very rare you play your first professional hockey and are any good. Mm-hmm. That's what Carter Hart is an anomaly.
Yeah.
But Matt Murray is an anomaly.
I was about to say, I look at a guy like Matt Murray who started at 21, 22 and won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
And then before him, it was like Carey Price.
What's the decision that they have to make with Matt Murray?
He's an RFA at the end of this year, and he needs a giant-ass contract.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's, they do have to move a goalie. Everyone's like, oh, they're not going to move Jarry. Well, okay, Matt Murray makes 3-point-something, and he's an RFA. Tristan Jarry makes not a lot, but he's an RFA, and he's going to be able to ask for more, and that number's climbing. In the minors, they have Casey DeSmith locked up to 1.25 and term. So they're probably trying to move on from him. And then Penguins fans said, what about DeSmith and Johnson? And I said, go away.
No.
Also, thank you to every Penguins fan who corrected me when I called Galchenyuk a center. Apparently he's just been playing third-line wing all year.
Oh, he's listed at center.
Yeah. But they never play him at center.
No.
I don't think he's ever been able to handle it, unfortunately, for him.
That's why I was thinking Kerfoot, because there's a winger who we're like, you're a center now. And maybe they would do the same to Galch.
I like Kerfoot enough. I loved his quote before the game. He's like, I grew up a Vancouver Canucks fan, but everybody hates Toronto because they're not Vancouver. It's a big city. They get all the attention. I like Kerfoot. I like what he brings. My dumb caveman brain pictures what playoff hockey looks like, and I'm like, I think I'd rather have Kerfoot. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Not and Elliot added, not that they want to, but when things were going poorly for the Leafs, another GM said Toronto learned it could trade Kasperi Kapanen very easily. Quote, but they don't want to, he added.
Yeah. He's got a special skill set.
He's valuable.
He's valuable, plays his role great 5-on-5. He's a dick. I liked him sticking up for Freddie at the end of last game. Like, that's ode to Freddie.
Yeah.
That is, and is it not exactly what I talked about? Like, Sheldon Keefe teams are not afraid to fight. They're not built to do it, but they'll do it. You know?
Funny that toughness comes out under the right coach. Like, it seemed under Babcock that they just didn't want to. But it seems like now it's like, oh, what? Yo, don't fuck with my guys. Like, if there's like this thing that's come out, this protection thing, like, there seems to be like a gang forming. You know what I mean? Like, there is a group of people there that are now meshing.
Yes.
Does that make sense? We're
It
playing
makes
for the
absolute
crest.
sense.